Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm Beth. Today we're doing a plan with me for June 17th through the 23rd. It is the week of the solstice. It is the summer solstice for me because I am in the northern hemisphere. If you're in a different hemisphere, it might be the winter solstice for you. And I have pretty much scheduled the majority of my week around the solstice. You're going to get a little preview of my mid-year ritual, and then we'll go into more detail on my Wednesday video. There's going to be a workbook coming out, all of that sort of thing. Let's go ahead and get set up. Because the 20th is the solstice, and that is Thursday, and then Friday is a full moon. I've taken 2 days off. I've had not a great year. I had some more setbacks last week. I really don't want to talk about it at all. My car ended up back in the shop, let's just say that. I'm taking 2 days off because I can, and I understand that not everybody can be like, hey, I'm gonna get all witchy-woo and celebrate the solstice and take a day off in the middle of the week. I do have that luxury, and I'm very glad that I can do that. I do have work things Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We're gonna go ahead and get those put in. I'm gonna use my little metal stencil here that I use on almost all of my setups. And we're going to draw circles around where I have meetings or appointments. I am also embarking on, you'll see I've penciled in here, NMMM, no meeting Monday morning. I have actually blocked my calendar. Now, if something extraordinary comes up, if very important people need to have very important meetings on a Monday morning, then obviously I will make myself available. But sometimes you just don't want to have a meeting on Monday morning. I think it's a terrible time to have a meeting. Some of my coworkers in a different part of our division have a standing meeting every Monday morning at 9 a.m. And I'm like, just no, that is rude. Let's not do that to those people. Because I have this in my hand, I'm also just going to use it like a ruler and draw a line down on my work hours in between these little bubbles that we've drawn. Just like that. The one thing that is going to interrupt my no Monday morning meetings is that all of my therapy appointments are scheduled on Monday morning, which is fine because that's different. I have no Monday morning meetings, therapy, and then continuing for the rest of that time as well. Let's see how I want to do this. I have this one rogue thing over here, but it's personal. It's not work related. All right, so I had penciled in, I think, the horizontal lines marking off my work day. I don't think I really need to do that. I'll erase those here in a little bit. Monday, I am in office. Tuesday, I'm still taking a remote day, even though I'm taking off the rest of the week. It's my standard normal remote day. I'm gonna keep it remote and work from home. Then Wednesday, I'll be in the office, wrap up some things before I take a few days off. There we go. Super easy. So Monday morning, like I said, NMMM, no meeting Monday morning, and continuing after my therapy appointment. Need my therapy appointment. We might have to dive into some stuff. My last 2 appointments have just been about getting to know my new therapist. I've only met with her twice. We haven't gotten into the nitty-gritty yet. Speaking of the nitty-gritty, let's ignore the fact that I tried to chop off my finger. Let's just not pay attention to the band-aid where I tried to remove a digit from my body. I have a meeting there, here, company-wide town hall. We do not get off Juneteenth. It's one of those things that kind of chaps my hide. Maybe it'll change, but we are having a Juneteenth celebration on our corporate campus to recognize that. I still think it needs to be made a national holiday, but we haven't done that yet. Unless it is, my company will never give it to us off as a thing. All right, Friday, I'm breaking up some of my mid-year ritual time because there is a live Plan with Writer Carol for the bullet journal. It's on YouTube. I want to make sure I make time for that there. Okay, so we have my office stuff. Even though I've got Juneteenth down here, I'm going to go ahead and mark it up here as a recognizable, like this is a thing that is happening on this day situation. All right, and then let's wait on Thursday and Friday. I'm going to go ahead and jump down here and do some weather. For that, I am going to draw a blue line Just helps my eyes to be able to look down and see a delineation from one thing to the next. Should have kept that in my hand because I am gonna draw clouds. All right, so our weather this week, I very much, with the exception of Monday, could have, again, copied and pasted the weather from one day to the next. Monday, the storms are back because we couldn't possibly go a longer period of time without some thunderstorms, apparently, of late. Fine. On my personal Instagram, I had posted on the last storm we had just off of my apartment balcony, just this torrential rainpour and then the huge booming of the thunder. Of course, one of my friends who lives just outside Phoenix, Arizona was like, oh my God, I'm jealous. And I thought, well, yeah, Beth perspective is they don't get any rain. It is what it is. You know, we can let people be jealous and still be tired of thunderstorms. Okay, so Monday, I'm gonna draw myself a little lightning bolt there just to let me know that it's gonna storm. Temperatures are about the same as they are for the rest of the week, but it's gonna storm that day. And then every other day in the week is a mix of sun and clouds. And temperatures again, mid 80s to mid 90s, just like they have been this week. This is the weather that I like. This is the time of the year that I feel like I am thriving because I hate cold weather so very much. And I haven't gotten outside as much as I want to. We're going to remedy that this week in our summer solstice sort of personal celebration, reflection time. I don't think that's supposed to be a 9. I think that's supposed to be a 7. I'm really giving myself a retreat kind of atmosphere for 2 days. And it might carry into the weekend. I haven't decided yet. We're pretty much going to leave the weekend blank because I'm not quite sure what I want to do with it yet. We have our storms on Monday and then high 88, 90, 93, 95, 95, 96. Clouds and sun. I'm going to stick a quote down here like I did last week. Speaking of last week, let's peek at it. I'm on Saturday. I'm filming this early because my son's birthday is tomorrow and Father's Day is tomorrow, and we're going to be out and about doing things. Decisions were finally made. I just haven't written them in here. These little dots are my energy tracker at the beginning of the day and the end of the day, which has not been high. My energy has not been high. I had a super big crash on Thursday, probably emotional because of my car and also because I realized that I hadn't had any caffeine. I added a coffee cup. This wasn't here when we did a plan with me last week, to track how many cups of coffee I was drinking. Monday and Tuesday I had coffee at the office, and then Wednesday's the day that I had to take my car to the shop. Didn't get it back until Friday. It was very expensive. Not thrilled about it. And I was drinking tea, but not heavily loaded coffee. I did have a primary care physician appointment on Tuesday in which I got good news. I've lost some weight. My A1C is down by a full 0.5 point. The universe, I guess, was trying to balance out the bad about my car with the good news about my health. So that was a good thing. Then we had to shuffle some things around because I had no car. So I didn't go to see the bees with our CEO on Wednesday. We just let the photographer go with him. And I worked from home Wednesday and Thursday and Friday. Picked up my car around noon Friday, and I did finish the back half of Bridgerton, which I told y'all I would do. So that's what last week looked like. All right, but I'm going to put another quote down here because I liked having that one down there. It's going to be a summer quote. It's going to be a Shakespeare quote because shall I compare these to a summer's day? That's not the quote, but it is from the same sonnet because I am just feeling the summer vibes. I am glad it's here. I am excited that it is warm and that the sun is out. Let's see. I'm gonna make the words eternal summer in blue, and then maybe we'll do the rest of them in black. Let's do fade in blue as well. So the quote is, "Thy eternal summer shall not fade." I use the Tomo Furunosuke to write in the rest of the quote. Okay, there we go. Thy eternal summer shall not fade. Trying to manifest that. Trying to take summer with me year round. I am a sun sign. I am a Leo. So my birthday also falls in the summertime. I am a strong sun sign. All right, so what am I doing for Thursday and Friday? I don't have it all completely outlined out yet. Again, we'll talk about it more in Wednesday's video, but we're gonna treat it like a retreat. I have created a workbook that will be available on Wednesday. If you want to do it with me, I'm gonna take the questions from the workbook and put them into an individual journal instead of in the workbook, just so I can keep them with me. I've separated it into 2 parts. One part is that of the summer solstice and looking at the last year, really analyzing things that maybe need to be let go of, goals that no longer serve you, actions that are no longer serving you. That's going to be part 1. We'll go into it again, more detail on Wednesday. And then part 2 is going to be about celebrating the things that went right. It's going to be about that manifestation of the moon coming to its fullness, it being a full moon that is with the summer solstice, which happens every year, and making sure you take time to recognize your wins in addition to talking about those things that you need to let go. A lot of prompt questions, journaling questions. The workbook is over 20 pages long. It's got a lot of space in it for you to write your answers. But what else do I want to do? So I want to, and I'm not a morning person, y'all know, I want to get up and do some porch yoga with the sun. I know, we'll see. Then I am thinking about making myself a summer smoothie with some mango and some citrus. And if I don't do that, then I'll probably just take myself to a Starbucks and get one of their tropical drinks that's got pineapple and coconut milk in it. Same vibe. Other than the porch yoga, the rest of this is not in any particular order. I want to work on my solstice reflection, which I will probably do in 2 or 3 parts. I want to do a specific solstice meditation, preferably out in nature. I have not yet decided where I'm going to go. Probably wherever I go for this solstice walk. And later that evening, I'm going to live stream the Stonehenge sunrise, which you can watch on British Heritage's YouTube. You can go ahead and set a reminder now if you want to both watch the sunset and the sunrise at Stonehenge, which of course is aligned with the sunrise and the solstice. Then, with the full moon the next day, I want to do a little bit of a home refresh. Although, I spent all morning today kind of doing that. So maybe by the time I get to next week, it'll just be a matter of picking up after myself from last week. Who knows? Just getting things clean in my mind and wherever. I'm sticking around the house that morning for this live plan with me with Ryder. And then I want to do some of the shadow work that is in the workbook. I'm thinking about doing a sunset walk. Sunset is at 8:26. I don't know where I would go for a sunset walk. My little sunset icon. And then kind of just want to do like a spa bath situation that night. So if I'm watching the Stonehenge stuff this night, do a ritual bath, some candles, all of that sort of stuff. Haven't quite figured out what I'm going to plug in during the rest of this time. And I haven't decided if I'm going to carry it to the weekend. Now, one of the things that's going to be vital in this area is unplugging. I'm not going to turn off my phone in case there's an emergency, but I plan to stay off of my phone. I'm going to take myself out of the house with the exception of this plan with Ryder and be completely away from technology. This I could even do on my phone from a coffee shop or somewhere. I'll probably stick around the house, but the point is to not turn on the TV, not even to turn on music, just to really be with myself and recenter myself as I go through the questions that I have put in that mid-year ritual to really bring myself back to my center. That's really the goal for this time period. And then if I decide that I want to carry it into the weekend, then I'm going to carry it into the weekend. And I just haven't made that decision yet. That's pretty much it for now. We're going to stick some decoration on here. I cut out things that kind of had the blueberry vibe. Summer makes me think of blueberries. I like blueberries. We're going to put the blueberries in for this week. I haven't done my weekly reflection yet. So I'll have to find time to get that in either early Monday morning or late Sunday night since we're doing family things. All right, where do I want to stick this stuff? We have this blueberry baklava situation. I don't know if anybody actually makes blueberry baklava. I wish they would. If they don't already. Somebody needs to make that happen. And then I have these bottles of olive oil or wine, whatever you want it to be. I also put some blueberries on. This one's got a flap. It's got the same vibe, so I cut it out as well. Okay, I'm gonna highlight our week, and then we are ready to do list number 25. I have not continued to fill out list 24. I intend to. I have a list from an old blog post somewhere where I talked about my quirks, and I'm trying to find it. It's archived on my computer. I'm trying to find it. I do have more to add here. I intended to leave this page blank. This is where I'm at today. I have washed blankets, and I have done laundry, and I have cleaned the kitchen, and I have vacuumed the floors, and I have cleaned the bathrooms all today. So after not having energy all week long, I got up this morning and started doing all of the things. But I intended to leave this page blank to do my weekly reflection, and then I totally forgot. Just totally forgot. So I'll just do my reflection here. But I did go ahead and put in the list 25 header. Again, this is the 52 Lists Project book from which I take these lists. Do not peek in advance. So there's list 23, list 24, which are quirks. Obviously I need to move my bookmark. List 25 is list the things that make you feel powerful. Ooh, I love this one. I love this one because it's going to coordinate with my mid-year ritual and my workbook. How kismet is that? Make a copy of this page to keep in your wallet so you have a daily reminder that you are strong and can face any challenge. When you have an arsenal of powerful motivators, it's easier to face challenges and kick them to the curb. All right, so list the things that make you feel powerful. Let me get that in here. In fact, I'm going to put powerful in bold letters. I did not count any spaces to make sure that I get this perfectly in the center, so it's probably going to be a little bit to the left, but that's okay. We'll just put an ellipses out here and make it look like it's a little more centered. It's all good. And we will put some blue dots. I leave 3 squares in between. Sometimes 2, sometimes 3. Right now we're doing 3. Again, I forgot to cut out a quote. All right, I think this is the last quote I have from the June kit. And this one says, "Freedom isn't worth a single solitary shit if it isn't shared." We need our people, right? They might be family. They might be chosen family. They might be friends. There we go. List the things that make you feel powerful. I'm gonna fold this into my reflections later in the week for the solstice. I'm not gonna do this right now. And then we'll see what it's like when we come back to that. Hopping back to cheer. Here we go. There's my very quick plan with me. Again, I'm only working for 3 days. I'm doing a personal retreat the next 2 days. And then the weekend is open to interpretation at this point. I just have no idea. I don't have anything specific planned. I'd love to get together with some friends. It's been a minute. One of my closest friends now works in a different city, so it's really hard for us to get together. And maybe we can manage to swing it on a weekend. That's it, guys. Let me know, do you plan to do anything for the summer solstice? Do you just bask in the long day? Or if you're in the southern hemisphere, just cozy up during the long night? What are your plans for the June solstice? If you like this video, you know what to do. Please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a sun emoji down in the comments if you made it this far, and I will catch you in the next one.